Hey everybody, welcome to the Saturday drill class for August 15th. Today we're going to be looking mostly at things like the zucken or pulling and the change through, stuff like that. So we're going to start with some of our foundation actions as usual, and I've created a new one that we're going to do today. So we'll see how that one goes. So we are going to start just with our foot rotations. So do whatever you want with your sword, feet about shoulder width apart, weight on the balls of your feet. And we're going to rotate all the way over to one side and then back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then we're going to do flipping into the thumb grip. So we're going to hold the sword in one hand in the handshake grip, and as usual, we want to keep our arm fairly stable. I'm going to drive down with the heel of the hand, flip the sword up to make a T between the cross guard and my wrist, and then drop it back down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll switch over to the left hand and do the same thing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then of course we're going to do our windshield wiper thing. So you want to hold the sword in the thumb grip, your elbow tucked to your side, your forearm parallel to the floor, and we're going to rotate the sword down to the outside. And when you're doing our right hand, with my left hand I'm going to grip the sword in our regular long grip, and then I'm going to rotate here and switch to the half swording grip. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and then we're going to switch to the left hand, and I'm just going to leave my right hand out of this one, rotate down to the outside, back up, inside, back up. 1, 2, and as usual, we want to keep this action isolated in the wrist rather than being in the whole arm. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so here's the new one we're going to try. I'm going to stand with my feet parallel, and I'm going to hold the sword in kind of a central iron gate guard here in front of me, and I'm going to then bring the sword back to my hip. Now, one of the things that I really want you to focus on here is that the sword is hanging from the ends of my arms, just like I'm carrying heavy groceries. I don't want to be working my muscles that I don't need to, and I don't want to be fighting like a T-Rex, all right? And then I'm going to extend back to the center, and then I'm going to come back to my right side. And when I come back to my right side, of course, my hands will be crossed, but I'm still trying to keep that just hanging at the ends of my arms as much as possible. And it is going to be a little bit weird with our feet together, but this is going to be sort of the starting place. So, 1, 2, 3, and again, try and keep your elbows relaxed and extended. And this one, I guess most of the work is actually coming from your shoulders. And that's 8, 9, and 10. All right, now, this kind of action is used for a whole bunch of things, including the zucken, which is the pulling, and we're going to talk about that in more detail in a bit, but quite often it is accompanied by footwork. It does have some unusual alignments with the footwork, but we're going to combine it today with our passing steps in one of the usual ways that we do passing steps. So what I'm going to do here, and it doesn't really matter what side you start in, but I'm going to start in Pflug or the Boar guard, and I'm going to extend my sword forward like I'm doing a thrust, bring it across, rotate my feet, and pass forward. Then I'm going to pull back to my hip like this, and then come forward, extend, rotate, step, pull back. So we don't do this very often in a fight for a whole bunch of good reasons. You should only do it when it's the right thing to do. All right? So, yeah, this time I'm starting left foot forward, sword on my right, you can start on either side, and I'll just do this back and forth across the room. So we're going to extend, rotate, step, pull. 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 At this point I'm going to turn around and go back the other way. Extend, rotate, step, pull. 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 Last one. Extend, rotate, step, pull. In a fight, don't stop at the pull. That would be the wrong place to end. All right, so we are going to get back to that in a minute, but to put it in context, we're going to just practice our Oberhauer Zornhau, our basic strike, broken down into the sections. So I'm going to start in my tower guard, left foot forward, sword at my right shoulder, and I'm going to extend, rotate, step. And we're going to reset, and we'll do 10 of those. So extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step. That's 4. Extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step. 3 more. Extend, rotate, step, reset, extend, rotate, step. Last one. Extend, rotate, step. All right, so before we start mixing things together, I am going to show a little bit about how this works. And you may have noticed that I've set up a really simple kind of Pflug here. I just got a spear propped up inside the step ladder to give me some kind of an opposition here. Now, one of the tricks about the Pflug as a technique is we are advised not to do it against somebody who is keeping their threat online. So here, I'm online with the spear. I wouldn't want to do a Pflug and come to the other side and walk onto their spear. So I would do it if it was lined up here. So this is something we do against somebody who's over parrying. There's a little bit more context to when it's best. We're not going to worry about that right now. So how this will work is that I would extend here, and maybe they actually come against my blade completely, maybe not yet. Usually I'll do my rotate, I'll step, but at this point they're displacing, and this point is pointing past my shoulder. So now I'm going to pull back towards my hip. And as I pull back, I'm maintaining the bind until my point slips off. Then I'm going to extend, rotate, and step in with opposition to step in the face like that. All right, so this is a way to get from one side of the blade to the other, just like going through with the pommel. Now I want to show this from this side as well. If I extend, rotate, step with my Zornhau, when I pull, I'm keeping my arms long, and I'm pulling back to my hip. One of my little tricks, I like to keep some tension in my upper hand, and I pull on the pommel like I'm about to launch a ball in a pinball machine. And then my right arm will spring forward a little bit automatically and lead into the thing. So the sequence we're going to do now is extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step. Well, we already kind of did that, except for we're doing it from the strike and in context. All right? So, extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step, and reset. And we're just going to do 5 like this. Extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step, and reset. Extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step. And that's 3. Extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step. And then 4, one more. Extend, rotate, step, pull, extend, rotate, step. Now, the tsuken is one of our techniques that is diverse and manifold, meaning there's different ways to do it, different contexts, and it's an idea rather than a specific technique that we're pulling the blade back to get around their bind. And the version that we've just done is typically the version we talk about when we have come to the bind and we are responding to their overstrong bind. However, there is a second version that we can do, and this one we are avoiding the bind. So the idea here is I'm going to extend and I'm going to rotate, but I haven't stepped yet, and we haven't come to the bind. But I can already see that the person is overcommitted to their defense. So I'm going to pull here and then extend and step here. And this is a risky move. I'm wide open here. It only works if the person is really overcommitted. But that's what we're going to do. And this one, I'm just going to do it right here against my pal, and we'll do 10. So it's going to be extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. And reset, extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. And reset, that's 2. Extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. Reset, 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 that's 6. Extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. 3 more. Extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. Reset, extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. And last one. Extend, rotate, pull, extend, step. All right, so a lot of our techniques have a version that we make the change at that decision point where we've extended and not stepped yet. Also, Sprechfenster. Or the version where we come to the bind or into the fully extended completion of our initial action and then do it back to the other side. So we're going to look at a few other ones like that, and we're going to start with the change through. And we've done this one lots of times before, and I am going to do it with my little pal here just so that it's fairly clear. And the idea here is the same, except instead of pulling the tip back, we're going to drop the tip, but of course we're going to actually do that. I'm going to extend, rotate, step, and I come to the bind, and I'm going to lift the pommel, come back to the other side. So I'm not coming back, I remain extended, but then I do that rotation and step in. And again, this is the one where we do our complete Sornhau or Oberhau, come to the bind, and then move to the other side. So we are going to do 10 of this one. So extend, rotate, step, lift the pommel, rotate to the other side, and step. So as I'm engaging the bind, I'm also rotating my feet. So that's 1. Extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. Reset, 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 that's 5, extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. Extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. 3 more. Extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. And last one. Extend, rotate, step, change through, rotate, step. Now, that's our safe change through, our risky single motion change through. Looks a little bit different, and it's actually closer to the change through that we do with spear or with half swording, but we're going to do this with single sword. And the idea here is the same as our second tsuken, where I'm going to extend, I'm rotating, I can already see that they're overcommitted, and instead of stepping and coming to the bind, I'm going to lift the pommel to avoid the bind. Now the biggest thing that's different here, since I'm not coming back to the bind on the other side, I'm going to keep my pommel high and my point low as I pass in, and I like to drop the point right into my opponent's armpit. All right? So it will be extend, rotate, change through, but the change through is just that pommel lift, and with the change through, I'm going to rotate and step, and I'm stepping a little bit diagonally across the line. So we'll do 10 of these. So extend, rotate, change through, step. 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 I also want to point out I'm keeping my arms high. That does give me some coverage. Extend, rotate, change through, step. Extend, rotate, change through, step. 4 more. Extend, rotate, change through, step. Reset. Extend, rotate, change through, step. 2 more. Extend, rotate, change through, step. Last one. Extend, rotate, change through, step. Another little side note that is interesting from the manuscripts, in the Blossfechten, the unarmored longsword material, the tsuken and the change through, or the pulling and the change through, are kept very clear and distinct. When we get into the armored combat sections of the manuscript, they often use the terms interchangeably in the same paragraph for a technique. And it is okay in practice if these get a little bit blended together. It's just important to know what they each are and to make conscious choices about why you're blending them. So one of the things that can happen, if I'm a little bit close and I come to here and I want to change through, but I maybe can't, I might pull back a little bit as I'm doing that so that I'm adding a bit of tsuken onto my change through. And you can likewise do the reverse. I could be pulling back and just lift the pommel a little bit to get back around. However, it's good to be able to do both as their own thing and then blend them consciously rather than be kind of doing a crappy version of either one. All right, now we are going to look at another technique that is similar, also diverse and manifold, and that is the failer. And the failer is basically a feint, but our canonical primary failer is in the section on the Zwerchhau, the thwarter. So we're going to start with the thwarter, and I'm really enjoying working with this pelt, so I'm going to keep on doing that. And we're going to be doing the thwarter off the shoulder directly to our target. I'm going to switch from my instructor stick to a wooden sword. I like using wood on the wooden spear because it's got the cross guard and clear edges and everything like that. So for this one, I'm going to extend, and here, I'm going to push the pommel to flip into the thumb grip as we do rotate, and cut in, sweeping up the weapon as I come in. And hopefully I don't knock apart my pellet as I'm doing this, but we're going to do that anyway. So we'll do 10 of this. So it's going to be extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. And that's 1. Reset. No, we'll do 10 from here. That was 0. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Reset. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Reset. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Reset. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. That's 4. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Reset. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Reset. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Again, you see I'm keeping my arms extended through this whole thing and high, and that's giving me extra protection. 3 more. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, step. And that's 10. All right, so that's our standard thwarter. So how do we make that into a failer? Well, with our typical thwarter, we're displacing the weapon by powering through it. Our failer is an attempt to draw our opponent into overcommitting so that we can go through to the other side. And like the change through and the tsukun, we shouldn't do this if they don't overcommit the way that we want. So for the failer, we're then going to redirect the sword to go around, and it looks a lot like the change through, the second change through that we did, but there are some important differences. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend, go into Sprechfenster, rotate, and as I cut, I'm going to push my pommel high so that I'm cutting underneath the blade at that same kind of angle as we do with the change through. So when I do a change through, I'm lifting the pommel and I'm coming forward leading with my long edge. When I do the failer, I've gone into the thumb grip, and so I'm cutting with my short edge. And this is a longer, less direct action, which means it takes more time, but it also gives me the ability to move back if they're coming at my sword really hard, where my tip can swing back and then in. So even though it takes longer, it gives me the extra time to do the longer action. So we're going to do 10 of that. So it's going to be extend, Sprechfenster, this is just a demo one, rotate, pommel high, and step. All right? So 10 of those. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Reset, extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Reset, extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Reset, extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Reset, that's 5. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Reset, extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. And 3 more. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. And reset, extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. Last one. Extend, Sprechfenster, rotate, failer. All right. So that is our basic failer. Really, a failer is any technique where we feint to one target, and when the person overcommits to their defense, we redirect to a new target. So it is the same thing as a feint. I'm going to say one last thing about feints, which is that for a feint to be a good feint, it has to draw a bad response. And that means that the original action needs to be viable, or most people will be able to see through it. But the other thing is, if the person doesn't respond, you need to have the original intention. So if I'm extending, hoping to draw that overcommitment, and I don't get it, well, I still got the Sverhout, the thwarter. And it's really important that you not do a feint and automatically do the secondary action if you haven't drawn the response you hoped for. All right, so with the last few minutes, we're going to do our extended solo sequence. And I'm gonna do this 4 times. And I'm gonna switch back to my steel sword. So, for the first one, I'm gonna start here. And this is the one where I'm not gonna break down the pieces of this. We're gonna start with a Zornhound, wind up with the first winding, step back with a shielder on my right side, forward with a thwarter, forward with the second thwarter, back with the parter, back to high vom Pflug, Wechselhau all the way to the floor, abschneiden to deflect their weapon, waker to the outside, triangle step, it's shooting the point long, or possibly doing a second waker, go through with the pommel, schnappen, recover. All right, next 3 will be a bit quicker. So, it'll be Zornhound, first winding, shielder back, thwarter forward, parter back, back to high vom Pflug, Wechselhau, abschneiden, waker, shoot long, go through, schnappen. And we'll do the next one from the shoulder, Zornhound, first winding, shielder back, thwarter forward, parter back, back to high vom Pflug, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, go through, schnappen, recover. And last one, hopefully you can hear me. Zornhound, first winder, winding, shielder back, thwarter, parter back, back to high vom Pflug, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, shoot long, go through, schnappen, recover. Thanks for coming to class today. That's it. Hope to see you next week.